Good morning, class. I hope everybody is well. Welcome back to our next session of computer application for class 6th. So, up till now, we have studied two chapters. Now, we are there on the third. The third chapter which we were studying were word processor tabular presentation. We are here on the third session of this chapter. This is the third class for this chapter. In this chapter, we have already studied in the first two classes are the topics which were creating tables in MS Word, entering data in table, selecting different parts of table, selecting the text inside a single cell. Then we have studied editing a table. Under that, we have studied how to enter a row or a number of rows and columns. And then if any extra row or column is there, then how to delete it. These all things we have already studied. Now let's start with the next topic, that is formatting a table. Now what is formatting means? Formatting controls the overall appearance of a table. Whatever the table you have created, that overall appearance, how your table will appear on the page or your Word document, this context is regarding that part. Means how it will be resembled there on the worksheet or say on your document. A table can be formatted by the table style gallery. Actually, this option is available there in MS Word, and there in this table can be formatted very easily by the predefined styles. So there is a tab or say a gallery of table styles. In table style, inbuilt facility is being provided, means already designed tables are there. You have to just choose according to your requirement and your design table will be changed accordingly. The appearance will change, the color will change, the border will change. All these things of a table changes accordingly. So you can see that tab or the group say. So here you can see many options are there. As in the previous video we have seen, in the previous class we have seen that whenever your table is selected, then only this design and layout option is available. So when you will select on your table any of the cell, so this design and table option will be available there on the ribbon. Then on this ribbon you have to go to design tab. Clear? Now on this design tab, what you have to do is when you will click on this ribbon will appear with several options. Now you can see there a drop arrow is there. Yes, when you will click on that drop arrow, a number of options will be available according to your requirement, according to your wish, or whatever the designing pattern you like, that one you can select. Clear? So what you have to do is click on the table that you want to format. Then under the table tools, click on the design tab. Then select the desired style from the table style group. Now let's see how to do. You have to go to insert. Then you have to insert a table definitely. Then only that action will be taken. As per your requirement, you will select the table. Now after the table is selected, that design option is available. Go to design. Now in table style, you can see drop arrow is there. Now you can see there are several options available according to your requirement, whatever is your choice, because different persons like different kind of formats. So whichever format you like, that particular format you can choose from that list, as if I have selected this one. Clear? Still you can change. You have to just click on that. See, the preview will be available. Yes. So according to the data, according to the design, according to the matter, according to the background, whatever is your requirement, that but as per that you can choose any one of whatever is required. Clear? As per your choice you can change. Yes. Now here you can change the color also of a single particular cell even. Just suppose you have to highlight that particular cell in that condition. If you have to do it for the whole thing, or more colors you require, the same thing you can do. Whichever color you like, because everybody's color tendency is different. Even border color and all these kind of width and all, this we will study further. All these things we will see how to apply. Then the next topic is how to change the height of a row. Means you want to change the height. Before starting with this topic, I want to tell you, earlier also when we were studying about a table, what is a row and what is a column, that time also I have told you. Again I am repeating that always height is with rows. Height is always considered or always come under rows. Or if we are talking about height, means we are talking about a row or number of rows also you can consider. But generally it is for a single row, the height of the row. And when we talk about width, means we are talking about a column. Clear? Now let's start. How to change the row height. So for this, the very first particular thing is you have to select that particular row whose height you want to change. Because in computer, anything what you have to do, first of all you have to select that particular thing, then only that action will be performed on that particular area. So after selecting, you have to right click on the selected row, then a shortcut menu will appear. Then from that part, that menu, you can select on table properties. On table properties option, when you will select, the table tool property dialog box will appear on the screen. That will look like this as it is given next. Clear? Now in this dialog box you can see that it is given specific height. So first you have to click on that particular checkbox. Then only the next two options will be active, means highlighted. Right now it is not active, you cannot do any kind of change in that. So first to highlight it, you have to click on specify height, that checkbox. Then after that you can scroll that button up or down to increase or decrease the height, means the number. And then after your desired thing is done, then you can click on OK. So how it will be done, let's see. As it is a table, so I have gone on any of the cell, any cell you have to do, select, then right click, click on what? Table properties. Yes, when you will click on this, a dialog box will appear like this. Now here, as you can see, as I have told you earlier, that these options are not available right now. So I have to click on specify height. Now it is highlighted. Let's see, it's not highlighted, it's checked, highlighted. So now from this scroll button I can just increase or decrease. Right now it was 0 centimeter, it is 0.1, so it is less. So according to that, and exactly, at least or exactly, depends on your requirement. Clear? So whatever is done, see on that one I have selected 0.3 centimeter. See, it is decreased. Yes. Now similarly, if I want to do it again, I have to go to table properties. Now I have increasing. Yes. Now it is 1.6 centimeter. Now let's see. Can see now? Clear? Yes. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Now changing the column width. Now again options are more or less same, but there is one more way. I'm telling you that way with the help of column, how to change the column width. The same thing can be applied for row height also. Now again the very first thing is you have to select the column which you want to change, whose width you want to change. Then click on the layout tab. After selecting that particular column, one more way is click on layout tab. Now that on that layout tab, the properties option is available in table group. The property option is available in table group. Now from that table group, when you will click, again table property dialog box will appear as it appeared earlier. Now you can see that box next to it. Now here you can see that earlier that row tab was active, but now column tab is active. Reason? Because earlier we have selected row whose height we have to change. Now we have selected column whose width have to be changed. Clear? That is why earlier which tab was active? Row. And now which tab is active? Column. So click the column tab. If just suppose table, row or any other tab is active, so what you have to select is column tab, because we have to make changes in column. Now after selecting the column tab, select the preferred width. You can see preferred width given there in centimeters. Yes. Now according to your requirement, you have to change it. Clear? Now increase or decrease the column width either by using the spin arrow or by typing the specific value to set the width. Now which is a spin arrow? That two arrows are there, no? Up and down together next to the number 3.98 centimeter. Yes, that arrow is known as spin arrow. Clear? Now let's see how to do it practically. As this was the width of the columns, the row which we have already table the inserted. Now this was the option which we have done. Yes. Now let's see with layout option. Now in layout option, you can see properties option here. Yes, same dialog box appear, but here column tab is active. Now from this spin arrow, you can increase or decrease according to your requirement. And this is very minute, so it is not visible very clearly. Or another way is by increasing or decreasing arrow wise, because it's very difficult, means a lengthy process, right? Not too much lengthy, but still it is lengthy process. So this is also one way that when your arrow changes to double-sided arrow, you can increase or decrease. Similarly, the same option is available there on the layout. You can see increase or decreasing. It is very clearly seen, because right now when the first option you have done, there it was not visible that what is applied to the table, but here you can see that what is applied to the table, how much increase or decrease is there in the table. So these all options means first one was the shortcut key, means right when we were clicking on the right mouse button, then on layout properties option also, and in the cell size option also the same facility is available. I hope it's clear. Now the next option is splitting cells. Now the question arises, what is splitting? Splitting a cell means dividing the selected cell into separate cells. Means we are dividing one cell into more cells. One cell, either 2, either 4, or whatever is your requirement. So for that, you can see the first figure shows the option. Yes, that is split cell option. Yes. Now splitting cell is required when you have designed a table where a particular cell have to be divided into 2 or more cells. As per your data, you require that particular cell have to be divided in 1 or 2 or more cells. Just example, I have prepared a list where I have written a subject English. Now you people are having 2 subjects in English, English 1 and English 2. So that particular cell I want to be divided into 2 cells, as one cell as English 1 and one cell as English 2. So that particular part you can do with the help of this particular option. So what we have to do is select the cell that you want to split. That you want to split means divide. Then click on the layout tab. As you are selected the cell, so layout tab will be active. So click on the layout tab, then select the split cell button in the merge group. This option will be available there in merge group. You can see merge group is written. All these three options, merge cells, split table, is there in merge group option. Yes. So the split cell dialog box will appear. Now here in this dialog box, you can see the number of columns and the number of rows. So as per the requirement, as many number of rows you want or as many number of columns you want, you can divide your cell in that particular rows or column. Means at that particular time, that particular cell which you have selected acts as a table boundary. So now in that particular cell, you can create a separate kind of table. Means a table inside a table, or a cell inside another cell. Number of cells inside another cell. You can increase and decrease and you can see what happens. Now after defining the rows, number of rows and number of columns in the respective spin boxes, then when your required number are done, click on OK. After that, let's see how to do merging also. Before going to the practical part, let's see what is merging. Merging cell means combining two or more cells into one. So right now what we have seen, that splitting means we are dividing one thing into two parts. Now what we are doing in merging, one single cell is there. Now we are dividing that particular cell into two or more cells. Two or more cells means in splitting what we have done, one cell was divided into two or more cells, either rows or columns. But in merging what is done, two or more number of cells are joined together to make one. Understood the difference? In splitting what we were doing, single cell was divided. Now in merging, many number of cells, more than means two or more cells are combined together to make one cell. Clear? So merging cell means combining two or more cells into one. It provides a way of consolidating, or say way to consolidate data in one cell. Means if just suppose 3 or 4 cells are there and data is there in that particular cell, then what will happen if we will merge it? All the data will be merged and that data will come into one cell. Now how to do is, select the cell you want to merge. As I have already told, whatever action you want to perform, that particular thing have to be selected. Whichever area you want to work on, so that particular area have to be selected first. Then after selecting that particular area, opt the required option. Clear? So here what we have to do, whatever cell you want to merge, that particular cells have to be selected first. Means minimum 2, because minimum 2 cells have to be selected to merge into one cell. Then after selecting, what we have to do, we have to go to layout tab. In layout tab, which option we have to go to? Which group? Merge group. In merge group, option merge cell will be there. You can see the difference in the figure also. That in split cell you can see a cell is divided and a line is been drawn in between of that particular cell. But in merge, that lines in between the cells are removed. In that way also you can understand that in merging, the lines between the cells are being removed, and in splitting, a line is being added to a cell in between. Clear? In figure you can see it very clearly. Now the data get merged into a single cell. When if data is there in those particular cells, then that data will also get merged. Now let's see how to do it practically. A table I have already created to show you. Now just suppose a table is there, and on top of it I forgot to write subjects or a heading of the table. So what I have to do is, I have to go to insert. Table is already inserted. So I have to select that particular cells which design. When I have clicked on table, then only that design and layout option is available. Now I want to merge these cells on the top. 4 empty cells, you can see these 4 ones. Now what I have to do, I have to select all those cells which I have to merge. Without selecting, merge option will not be highlighted. And now I'm doing this one and this merge cell. I have to select it, then I have clicked on merge cell. Now you can see that merge cell option is not highlighted. Now whatever is your requirement, heading, I have entered. Now you can see lines are removed from between. Yes. Now let's see with this data is there in these cells, merged. You can see now all that data converted into one particular cell. Yes, all that particular data came under one cell. Clear? Now next option is applying borders and shading. Whenever a table is there, definitely a border will be there with that particular table. Yes, a border is very much required, because if border is not there, so it will not be clear that what is the range of that particular table. Yes. So, and what is the requirement of border and shading? To enhance your table, to enhance the appearance of the table, because we are talking about formatting. So to enhance the appearance of the table by applying a variety of borders and shading style. Yes. Now for that, what we have to do, the very first option, again select the entire table. Yes. After selecting the table, we have to go to design, because now we are changing the design of the table. So which option we have to go to? We have to go to design tab. After that, change the line style, line width by clicking the line style and line weight option respectively from the draw border group. Which group you have to go to? Draw border group, and there these following options will be available: line style and line weight. Line style means which style of line, means dotted or dashed one, or curved lines, or many options are there, I will show you. And then line weight. What does line weight means? Line weight means what is the thickness of the line. Here line is not weighted, means heavy or light, nahi. But here the line weight means what is the thickness of the line. Clear? After selecting your required thing, click the draw border dialog box launcher, or either you click on draw border dialog box, or click on the drop down arrow next to the drop borders button and select the border shading option from the list. Clear? Both the options are available. Now let's see how it's done. After doing that, the border and shading dialog box appear. It will appear like this. This kind of dialog box will appear on the screen. Now here you can see, choose all options under the setting option. Settings you can see on the left side. If you will select none, so no border will be there, because on the up top you can see border, page border and shading is given. So we are not talking about page right now. We are talking about table. So border of the table. So borders means none, means no border. Then box means a box kind of thing will appear only outside. If shadow you will select, the shadow of the table will be created, and 3D and many more options are there. I will show you. Then what we have to do next is choose all options under setting option. Yes. And then select the color from the color drop down menu. Color is available. Automatic is written. From there you can select according to your required color. Click on the apply to, then text box, and select the table option from the drop down list. You can do it on cell, you can do it on paragraph, you can do it on table. But right now we are not talking about paragraph or any other part of the document. We are just talking about table and its part. Yes, so I will show you that option also. But here apply to a cell or a table, as per your requirement, as per you want to highlight your border. Then to give color effect to your table, click on the shading, means inside the cell. Right now I'm just talking about the borders. Yes, now if we want to do the thing inside the cell or inside the table, then we have to go to shading tab. To give color effect to your table, click on shading tab. Click on the drop down arrow under the fill section and the color palette is displayed. From there you have to choose your particular shade, whichever you like, and then click on OK. Clear? Now let's see. Here is the table, that which one we have created. I have changed the border color already so that you understand it nicely. Now let's see. As the table is done, here on the design option, yes, you can see borders are there, drop arrow is there. Now from that drop arrow, border and shading, this dialog box appear. Now here from border you have to select all. Now here style is there, whichever style. You can see many styles are there. Yes, thick, border, line and line. Yes, double line, triple line, many colors are there. As per I am choosing, that color is changing. Yes. Then width, what will be the width of the table and that border? Color I'm changing according to your requirement. Different patterns which you will select, different width will be given to it. Now here you can select apply to, whichever one you want to. Yes, here it's box kind, here no border, here it will be there for all cells and all, here it will be for grids. You can see the preview here, whatever I'm selecting, that you can see. Now just suppose shading option, as I have told you, for the inside the cell, so whichever color you will select, see in the preview you can see that particular color will be there inside the cell. Yes, if you want to enter any pattern, that what you can select, the preview is displaying. Yes, now this also is there. Here also option is available, apply to table, cell or a paragraph, whichever is your requirement, that one. See, I have changed. Earlier it was orange, now it is blue. Clear? Yes. So that's all for today's class. I hope you people have noted down the question answers of the previous chapter. Please, again I am repeating, note down those question answers there in your copy. And rest of the fill in the blanks, true and false. If you are having your book with you, you can mark it there. If you are not having, you can note it down there in your rough copy. Because all these chapters and the topics which we have discussed in the online classes will not be repeated again when we will meet with the day-to-day classes. Understood? So, if you, again I am repeating, if anything is there, any query is there, please note it down so that when we will meet, I will try to resolve all your queries. I hope whatever I am explaining is clearly understood by you people. And yes, the copy which you are creating, which you are making, please cover it properly, name it properly. That's all for today. In the next session, I will try to finish out with this chapter. And I will give you the question answers also, book exercises and everything after the next class on our school website. Thank you and be safe. That's all for today's class.